And so, yeah, we went to Lawrence and pretty much
Did that.
went and knocked on the door. And Eric, one of my best friends, Eric Graves from the Esoteric, or no, I think it was Dean, Mean Dean, the Metal Machine, who was basically in the band, but more of a role as a manager and mentor and confidant. Shout out Mean Dean. Shout out all you dudes.
Yeah.
Love you guys. But yeah, Dean answered the door, and I remember him being like, "What the fuck?" And then I remember seeing Eric, and then Eric used to have this like crazy bong. What do we call it? Like triple helix or something. And it was like, "Hey, dude, you want to do some bong rips?" And I was like, "We're home, baby."
Yeah.
You know, like let's smoke pot and listen to crazy music and tell
And Lawrence
tales.
was a wild, like,
And those guys were
a
on
wild artistic place
Yeah.
then. It was like way different than it is now.
So yeah, and then I was homeless for quite some time, kind of living out of the van. Then I lived in this vacant house in a hole in the basement. I remember my buddy Brian Oss, also a great dude. Because I was still having a pretty hard time. I was definitely, yeah. So it was, but it was beautiful, fun, wild, depressing. Learn to sink or swim.
Right.
And do something. But I started really obsessing about the Esoteric. Just fell in love with them just as people. But then I was like, and I love Andy big time.
Yeah.
At some point, Adam Mitchell became the drummer. And that really took it to a whole other level because he's on his own thing, even when he was that young. And I would just sit outside their jam room door, and if I didn't hear their singer, I'd like knock on the door, like, "Oh, Andy didn't show up?" They're like, "Nope."